You know I love Midas and I know you love Midas. So let's explain all of Midas's lore and origin story. This video is made based off of years studying the Fortnite lore from in-game facts and trustworthy sources. What I mean is, trust me, I'm not making shit up. Also, the lore is explained in a timeline based off of events happening to Midas, so it's a little bit easier to understand. Let's start this video by first learning everything important about Midas, and then we talk about the lore and the story of him. So first of all, Midas actually has a voice actor, which the name of his voice actor is Matthew, which sounds like this.
A story for weary soldiers to frighten the fresh recruits.
This character was inspired from the Greek mythology's King Midas. King Midas, just like our Midas, has the ability to turn anything he touches into gold. And the stories are really similar but also different, kind of like Thor and Thor. One important use that the gold touch has in the Fortnite world is that all the gold bars we used to buy things in Fortnite matches, all of these bars have turned to gold because of the Midas touch. And another interesting thing about Midas is that he has daughters. Two of them, Marigold and Jules, are both Midas's daughters. Jules, unlike her father, does not have any gold touch ability, but instead she is one of the smartest engineers in all of Fortnite. And the device were both built by Jules. Marigold, on the other hand, is more like her father. She looks more similar, and just like her father, she can turn anything she touches into gold. Also, Marigold is very good at combat and fights. And now that we know all the importance about Midas, it's time to learn about his lore. In the Fortnite world, there is 6 groups of people. The 7, the loopers, the Imagine Order, the government, the outsiders, and the last reality. The 7 are the good guys and the people who want to end the Fortnite loop and stop the IO from abusing the 0 point. The loopers are basically the people who play Fortnite, so it can be you guys who are watching this video. We are part of the Fortnite world as well. The Imagine Order is people who have control on the island and the 0 point. Their goal is to learn as much as they can about the 0 point to reach power. Basically, they are just the bad guys of Fortnite. The government is just like real life, a government of Fortnite world, which we don't know much about them yet, but in chapter 3 of Fortnite, we will learn a lot about the government. The outsiders are basically people who came into Fortnite from different universes and realities. So like every single collaboration in Fortnite, especially the Batman comics and the Marvel season, since these are huge parts of the Fortnite lore. And our last group is the last reality. Last reality is a realm between the rifts. When you go inside of a rift, you go through 3 different universes. One is before you go inside of a rift, and the second one is when you come outside of a rift, and third is right between these 2 worlds. This between is called the sideways, and the people of group the last reality all come from this magical dark place filled with monsters and curses. Every character in Fortnite is in one of these groups, and for Midas, well, at first he was actually one of the highest ranking members of the Imagine Order group. Midas was tasked a mission from the Imagine Order to build a device that uses the 0 point energy and fights against the storm. The reason for this mission was so the Imagine Order can learn about the abilities of the storm and learn about 0 Point even more. But Midas actually had a different plan in his mind than Imagine Order. He knew that Io does not care about him and will leave him forgotten in the island after the mission is done. So Midas created his own plan while doing what Imagine Order told him to. Before going inside of the loop, Midas looked for the best partners he can find to help him in the way of completing his plan. After a really long search, Midas's partners turned out to be the first Enforcer, the first Redeemed, and the first Paradoned, or we can say the Burning Wolf, Chaos Origins, and Sierra. These people all have unique strong abilities that will help Midas to succeed in his mission. Midas' mission is to create two groups, Ghost and Shadow. While the Ghost group is kind of a decoy and the main group is the Shadow team. It kind of gives a feeling of working in the shadows, which is exactly what Midas wants. These groups of Ghost and Shadow will fight each other, and this fight will distract the Imagine Order from keeping an eye on Midas. Instead, they have to deal with the Ghost and Shadow not messing things up too much. Now that Midas is ready, he goes into the Fortnite loop with his 3 partners and his pet, which, yeah, it's a buffer cat than the freaking rock. Somehow is Midas's pet. And this kitty is also in love with Lynx. I just bleached my eyes, I don't wanna see anymore. He also brings his daughters and his bodyguard Brutus to protect him and bunch of other people and henchmen. Which all of these people communicate with each other using these devices that kind of look like a one-eared AirPod. The groups Ghost and Shadow are ready for action. They fight each other in 4 key spots with the goal of controlling them. Each of Midas's agents have control of one of the spots and protects it until it falls in the hands of one of the groups. The shark is controlled by Sky, the rig by TNTina, the grotto by Brutus, and the yacht, which is Midas's own yacht and it's named Marigold because of his daughter, is protected by his pet cat human buffed. I don't know what he is anymore. And the agency is fully in control of Midas, since that's where he does his plan of building the device. Whenever Ghost or Shadow take control of any of these locations, the protectors have to join these groups as well. Well, except the yacht. Somehow Deadpool took full control of the yacht and threw Midas's cat outside. Poor cat spent the rest of his season just crying alone. I feel bad for him. Meanwhile, all of these fights and distraction is happening. We'll learn how Midas is building the device he was told by Io under the agency, and we see that Jules is the person who is building this device. Important thing to note is whoever that finds out about Midas's secret plan or turns against him got killed by Midas and turned into gold as Midas's collection. Kind of cold, but don't worry, no one really dies in Fortnite. They will respawn after 20 minutes in the loop. Lynx is not dead, rest well, don't worry, she's alive. Jules finally finishes building the device for Midas, and she also builds a suit for Midas as well, needed for Midas's plans. The day of live event is here. The device comes outside from the middle of agency with antennas that these help the device to focus its power all around the storm. The battle of the device and the storm starts, and it had a lot of back and forthing, but the winner is the device, or is it? The storm gets removed and it causes us to leave the loop of Fortnite, exactly what Midas wanted to happen, so we see the truth. Midas's plan does go through success, and we wake up just for a minute in the real world, the world outside of Fortnite loop. We see John Jones watching the device event in his office since it was a plan made by Imagine Order, but us leaving the loop never was part of that plan, so he gets really shocked when seeing us in the real world.
Wait. Can you hear me? Hear me? Wake up! Wake up!
From then we get back into the Fortnite loop and see the storm was actually not destroyed. We just only made the storm more angry and made it bring a load of water to drown us in a tsunami for revenge. This leads to Imagine Order learning how the storm actually has life to it, and it's not just a basic storm. It basically has unique abilities. And for people who are asking, but where did Midas go? Well, he managed to leave the loop completely and hide in the real world outside of Fortnite loop. Season 3 of Fortnite starts. We see Midas at the middle of nowhere on water, but this is not our Midas. When a person comes inside of the Fortnite loop and leaves it, they create a snapshot of themselves, or a duplicate of themselves in the loop. This is exactly why there is so many Jonesy skins in Fortnite. That's because Jonesy comes in and outside of the loop a lot more than anyone else. And the real Midas is in the real world, hiding, making his new plan, while his duplicated Midas, well, he gets eaten by a damn shark right away. F for snapshot Midas, he didn't even live for a single season. Season 4 of Fortnite. Back before when agency blew up, a thief, which to this date we don't know the name of, stole Midas's golden chair. And this chair in season 4 was used to bring back the ghost of a snapshot Midas from the dead. Witches used a spell on this chair and brought Midas back, but this time he's all purple and he has control on the dead. Whoever that died in a match from then turned into a ghost and was forced to help Shadow Midas in his plan to take revenge from the island. Revenge cause of dying to a damn shark. Why didn't he just send all the ghosts to kill every single shark in the map? Well, we may never know. This chaos ended by the help of Imagine Order and the Avengers, removing Shadow Midas back to the dark world so he can't cause chaos anymore. Season 7 of Fortnite. Midas has created a huge plan. This plan is being prepared by his daughters Jules and Marigold in the loop. While he is still in hiding, Marigold talks about how they will need a really fast car for a getaway if needed. They probably need that just in case if they have to run away from Io. And meanwhile we see Brutus, Midas and rest of his crew actually coming back into the loop, all of the families celebrating their return together in a beach party. In this party, Midas might have planned to be abducted by the aliens, since we can see his golden statues and even his special chair in the mothership. I'm not entirely sure about this part yet. Maybe that's why we have a golden cube right now as well. Anyway, let's go to season 8 of Fortnite. This is the moment, the end of chapter 2. Time has come for Midas to do his big plan. Midas and Brutus will take over Grotto soon and start activating their new plan. And until then, make sure to subscribe if you want me to make videos on the story and the lore of every single season in Fortnite. And watch this video if you want to see how next season is chapter 3. I love y'all.